If your paycheck feels bigger but your life feels smaller, you're not imagining it. Since 2020, U.S. home prices jumped about 45%, and that single number quietly rewired where Americans can afford to live. In this video, we're counting down 10 pressures that push families to choose between their hometown and their bank account. Stay to the end, because it's not just about houses. These are stacked costs. Some you see, some you don't, that turn staying put into a financial gamble, even for renters. If you've wondered why your money moves less than you do, you're in the right place. Number 1, housing affordability pressure. A 45% price jump rewired the starter home math. In 2019, a modest place needed a 5-figure down payment. By 2024, that same house required mid-tier cash. Savings couldn't keep pace, so buyers stretched timelines or left town. Wages rose, but payments outpaced them. In pricey metros, the monthly nut for the same home effectively doubled when rates and prices stacked together. Coastal hubs saw price-to-income ratios stretch well beyond historic norms, while Sunbelt metros offered relative breathing room. Inventory stayed lean, with months of supply hovering near sellers' market levels. Tight zoning kept new builds scarce, anchoring high prices and making relief slow. Number 2, rent growth outpacing incomes. The plan was simple. Rent while you save. The reality in 2024, rent drains the down payment before it exists. Across many cities, rent-to-income ratios crossed 30%, with younger renters and service workers taking the biggest hit. Renewals jump while pay nudges up, so each lease eats more of the paycheck. Boomtowns saw post-pandemic lease-ups push prices fast, and remote workers bidding on cheaper secondary markets lifted rents there too. Vacancy stayed tight, and landlords passed through higher insurance and maintenance costs. When rent grows faster than raises, savings vanish. People stretch into lower-cost metros or longer commutes. Renting stops buying time. It buys distance. Even if your rent steadies, property taxes don't. Number 3, property tax burden. Your mortgage can be fixed. Your tax bill isn't. When assessed values jump with fast-rising home prices, the bill climbs even if services feel the same. Some states cap annual hikes for long-time owners, but that shifts more of the load onto recent buyers and new construction. High-effective tax rate regions bite hard up front, while low-rate areas still sting when assessments surge quickly. School funding formulas, pensions, and aging roads keep levies sticky. Assessment cycles lag sales, so increases hit in waves, and protests sometimes trim values but rarely reset the trend. That manageable payment turns into a moving notice, steering families toward lighter tax counties and states. And the bill doesn't stop there. Insurers are rewriting the math. Number 4, home insurance cost spikes. The premium you don't see until renewal day lands like a bill you didn't plan for. Did you know many homeowners only learn about a big hike when the notice arrives? Here's the squeeze. Climate risk raises payouts. Rebuilding costs spike with tight labor and pricier materials, and some insurers exit entire regions. In wildfire, hurricane, and flood zones, non-renewals push you into last resort fair plans that cost more and cover less. Catastrophe models show higher frequency and severity, so carriers price that in. Premiums climb, fair enrollment grows, and options shrink. The mini payoff is brutal clarity. People shift to safer, cheaper inland markets to steady their budgets. Even fully covered, the lights aren't cheap anymore. Number 5, utility and energy price increases. The life support bills, electric, heat, water, creep up until they feel like a second rent. Did you know electricity prices rose 5.1% year over year this September? That steady climb hits even when everything else looks stable on paper. Here's the squeeze. Utilities raise rates to modernize grids, harden for storms, and handle fuel swings. Summer heat waves and cold snaps drive peak usage that punishes monthly budgets. Some regions see faster electricity hikes, others feel natural gas volatility, and many cities add water and sewer fees. Local PUC cases and utility investment plans ripple onto bills. Lower-income households carry a higher energy burden, so families chase milder climates or cheaper power. Then the car takes over. Number 6. Transportation and fuel costs. The hidden price of a longer driveway shows up at the pump and in your garage. Cheaper homes farther out often require a second car, longer miles, and faster wear. Fuel looks steady around $3 a gallon, but the extra driving cancels the win. Here's the kicker. BLS data shows auto insurance climbing, and AAA's cost per mile math stacks maintenance, tires, and depreciation on top. In sprawling metros, exurban commuters learn that gas swings and premium hikes erase rent savings. A two-car household turns a bargain into a budget squeeze. The mini payoff is simple. Math works only if you slash miles or move near reliable transit. And back at home, the grocery bill makes its own case. Number 7. Grocery and everyday essentials. Inflation. The cart total keeps resetting your budget. You plan the same list, and the receipt still climbs. Food at home prices outpaced many paychecks, and shrinkflation quietly trims ounces while labels stay the same. Meat, dairy, eggs, and pantry staples all ratcheted up, but not evenly. Neighborhoods with few discount grocers pay more, and food desert gaps mean longer trips and higher markups. CPI food at home data shows the trend. Retailer earnings call it pricing power. Studies on substitution show households switch to private labels and bulk, then cut variety altogether. Globally, families rank groceries as their top cost worry, which tells you how relentless this feels. The mini payoff is harsh. People move closer to cheaper chains or markets. Yet the biggest anchor isn't a price, it's a rate. Number 8. Mortgage rate lock-in. The golden handcuffs you put on in 2021 feel tight now. Millions locked rates between 2% and 4%, and trading that for 6% to 7% can nearly double the payment on a similar home. So listings dry up as owners refuse to move. Research shows a large share of mortgages sit below 4%, throttling inventory and keeping prices sticky. Instead of selling, owners remodel, rent rooms, or only consider leapfrogging to far cheaper markets where higher rates get offset by lower prices. Payment-to-income math makes the trade-off clear. Same income, much bigger bill. The mini payoff is invisible relocation, staying put, or jumping to bargain markets. Even with a low rate, another mismatch now dominates. Number 9. Income versus cost of living mismatch. Bigger paycheck, smaller life. That's the mismatch. Your raise lands, but the monthly math still tightens. Why? In several stretches, real wages ticked up, yet the price level stayed high, so the win feels invisible even when inflation cools. Here's the disconnect. CPI growth slowed from its peak, but your baseline costs never rolled back. Big city wage premiums don't stretch far once everyday prices absorb them. Polling shows cost of living anxiety at the top of public concerns, and regional purchasing power indices explain why. The same salary buys less in some metros than others. Psychologically, price hikes feel imposed, while wage gains feel temporary, so people chase real life per dollar and move when core services spike. Number 10. Healthcare and childcare costs. Two bills turn middle-class math into knots: healthcare and childcare. They don't care about your raise. They reset your budget anyway. Employer plans cost more on the front end and the back end. Premiums rise, deductibles climb, and out-of-pocket bills show up after routine care. KFF data tracks that upward drift, while closures and provider shortages push families to counties with better access. Childcare isn't relief either. In many metros, fees rival rent. HHS benchmarks say affordability breaks when costs exceed a set share of income, and many states blow past it. Wait lists stretch months, forcing long drives or a parent to step out. So families pick metros with cheaper care or benefits nearby. These pressures stack fast.